Hi there, Amber Russell here. I'm an Elixir String artist and we will be working on one of my tunes, Falling Out of Love, and we'll just do a couple inserts from that. And the first one will be a little simpler and then we'll get more advanced into the second one. So to begin with this tune, we have to go over the tuning. So it should be listed on the bottom of the screen, but I'll tell you anyway. It's D sharp or E flat, G, D, G, A sharp or B flat, D. And when you strum, it should sound like this. Now, after you are finished tuning your guitar, if this is your first time playing in an alternate or an open tuning, you want to go through it and check your tuning again, because once you loosen certain strings, other ones tighten, and you want to make sure that you're actually in tune. So take a moment to go through and make sure that your tuning's correct. So I guess it's important to bring up what kind of strings I'm using. It is the Elixir String 8020 Bronze NANOWEB. They are 13 to 56. I like a heavier gauge string. I do have a fan fretted guitar, so the bass string on this guitar is actually a longer string than all of the others. So the 6th string's the longest, and then the first one's the shortest, which helps with some of these lower tunings. It helps with tension and sustaining the notes you're looking for when you're out of standard tuning. For the first part, we are going to be going over hammer-ons and pull-offs, and just to explain a little bit about what that is. A hammer-on is when you want to strike a note, but you do it only with one hand, and you put enough force into the strike so that you get a sound. So this is a hammer-on. And the pull-off would be kind of taking the meat of your finger and pulling off the string so you get an open sound. So hammer-on, pull off, and I'll do it on another string. So if you did that fast, you'd have this. All of those noises entirely are hammer-ons and pull-offs. So to begin, I'm going to show you really quick what we're going to be going over, and this is what it'll sound like. Don't get overwhelmed. We'll go through it slow. It's actually very simple. I know the proper way to play is probably using multiple fingers, but for this song, I wrote it using just one little finger and moving my hand around. So if you like to do it that way, that's how I do it. If you prefer to use different fingers, that's up to you. So here's how it'll sound. So that starts with ringing out the bass note and plucking when you're, I use my middle finger, by the way, on the 5th fret, and then a pull off, and then another strike on that same string, and then a hammer on the 2nd string, 7th fret, and then a pull off, and then you want to strike the previous string, and you kind of have this dragging along effect going on. So one more time from the top. So after the first string, you'll be plucking the same string and then just kind of going down the strings as you go. So we'll start, you're on the 1st and 6th string, hammer on the 2nd string, pull off, strike the 1st string again, hammer on the 3rd string, 5th fret, pull off, strike the 2nd string, hammer on the 2nd string, or 2nd fret, pull off, strike the 3rd string. So one more time. And you want this bass note to ring out the whole time. Now, once you start doing this, we alternate the bass string. So we started with the 6th string, and then we'll go to the 5th one and do the same thing again. So from the top, And I like how that sounds because you're just kind of following the string behind the note you're using. Otherwise, if we doubled each string up, it would sound like this. And by weighting a note and following the string behind, it kind of has this dragging sound. And I kind of like that better, so play with it either way you like. And we will go into the second section now.